In this episode, we leave Moorea and catch a kiter on the way out. We experience night sailing in 11.2 knots. We find the paradise of Huahine. We experience local culture in a 3-week festival. We built our Wharram Tiki 38 inspired by the ancient Polynesian double canoes. Our ambitious plan was to disassemble our little boat, ship her across the ocean in a cargo ship bound for Tahiti, then reassemble her for new adventures in one of the world's finest sailing paradises. Jan and Sophia has left us and we immediately miss our two smiling and joyful friends. We settle into Moorea's tranquil rhythm, the days stretching seamlessly into lazy, blissful weeks. A deep calm settles over BareBare. How perfect, we think. Couldn't we just stay here? But our ever-practical captain reminds us that we have plans to explore further beyond just a short sail from where BareBare arrived in a container. The plan was to sail the Pacific, grumbles, with a half smile eyeing me as I've been too easily tempted by this paradise. His words drift past me at first. My sun-soaked head is happily lost here, but slowly they begin to sink in. I sigh and with a reluctant smile mutter, yes, the plan is to keep going, and add, eventually. But then with a twinge of excitement, I understand too, it's time for the big ocean crossing. Raiatea awaits about 100 nautical miles west, a journey that should take us half a day and a full night. A whole night on the Pacific, I think. It's so endlessly vast. We've crossed the Atlantic before, but this ocean is 2.5 times larger. We've crossed the Bay of Biscay and the North Sea many times, so we do have plenty of experience. But I have to admit I'm nervous. I admit I'm anxious, but I now start preparing for departure. We set sail around lunchtime on a Tuesday in June. The sun beams from a cloudless sky and there's a fresh breeze. Everything is in place for a good crossing. The pass is 50 meters wide and we have plenty of room. We share a smile. This is it. We're off. On our way out of the pass, we see colorful kites high in the air, long lines stretching down to the kiters standing on small boards. They speed back and forth across the pass in an incredible pace. We stare straight out of the pass, feeling the excitement in body and soul. Now the boat and crew will finally get to try a true ocean sail. Then suddenly we feel an odd movement in the hull and look forward, to the side and down into the water. Did we hit something? Is it shallow in parts of the pass? Then one of us glances up and sees something colorful at the top of the mast. A kite. We have a kite tangled in the mast. We look back and see a kiter dangling from the kite lines. Our little ship is a fast sailor and in this fresh breeze, we're speeding along at 7 knots. We make a quick maneuver, turn BareBare into the wind, and pull the kiter in and up into the boat. He looks a bit embarrassed as he sits there, probably ashamed that he sailed so close just to check out the strange vessel. We sail back toward the anchorage, turn into the wind, start the outboard motor, and motor back to the anchor spot we left just 15 minutes earlier. A furious wife comes over and fetches him, barely saying hello or thank you, and then they're gone. I ask with a hopeful tone, what if we just stay here a bit longer? But the captain firmly puts his foot down on deck and says, no way, we're leaving now, and adds, immediately. And I realize he's right. If we don't sail now, we might never do, as so many sailors before us has done. We quickly pull up the anchor, set sail and set course, out the pass, westward, toward new islands and new adventures. We have a pleasant afternoon with relatively calm seas before the sun sets on the horizon. It doesn't take long before it's completely dark. So different from our northern country with its long and bright nights. Even in the winter, the transition from light to dark is slow. And quickly it's pitch black around us. We're expecting a night with no moon, but we hope for clear sky and stars. We feel the wind picking up and the waves feel bigger. Maybe they feel that way in the dark, I wonder? BareBare's deck is like a veranda, with deck planks centimeter apart. Spray is already coming up through the deck planks, and it's a good thing we brought sturdy Norwegian oilskins, the thick rain gear used by fishermen and often chosen by sailors over expensive fancy sailing suits. We take turns on watch into the dark night and choose to stay up on deck during off watch as well. There's so much noise down below in the bunks. It's banging, splashing and pounding against the hull. Our plywood dinghy lies upside down on one of the hulls, and I lay down underneath it, sheltered from the spray of the choppy seas and the rain that's starting to pour down. BareBare has a tiller, but also a wheel, positioned in the middle of the boat, and we take turns steering. As I lie there, I see the deck practically lifting off the hulls. The 4 deck beams are lashed to each hull, an ancient Polynesian method of constructing boats. For those of us used to Nordic boats with their thick and solid hulls, this is a completely different experience. More noise, more movement. Will the ropes hold, each lashed 8 times and secured with a special knot? What if the rope break one by one? I don't dare think about it as I lie under the dinghy, watching the deck lift several centimeters. The wind picks up and we feel strong squalls, intense gusts hitting us. We're already taking down the mainsail and now decide to hoist the small storm sail we never thought we'd need. The sail is named after our friend Per Morten, a sailor who likely thought the same as us. I'll never need that sail, and he gifted it to us. We raise Per Morten and feel that it calms our nerves and not least slows the boat speed. We were up to 11.2 knots, but now we're down to 7. If the wind picks up even more, we need to take down Per Morten as well and sail on the bare rig alone. We hang in there taking 1-hour shifts. We eat a bit of the food we prepared and sip the coffee we have in the thermos. We exchange encouraging smiles. This is going well. No reason to worry, but worried that I am, and I suspect the captain is too. Around 5, we see signs of dawn. Finally, we think to ourselves at the same time. The night sail has brought us closer to Huahine than to Raiatea, which was our original plan, and we decide to head for the narrow pass into Huahine. We arrive fairly exhausted a few hours after sunrise. We look toward the beautiful green palm and acacia-covered land where small, colorful houses are scattered. In the other direction, we see a village where a black, old-fashioned-looking ferry has just arrived, loading and unloading. The water is bright turquoise, and we spot a huge manta ray on the white sandy bottom as we drop anchor and nearly collapse. We did it! We crossed the ocean, we made it. Here on the island of Huahine, we fall in love fully and completely and end up staying for months. Months filled with experiences to last a lifetime. And here are a few of them. Regattaen I full padleregattaen I full fart rundt oss. Det utrolig fint. Også på andre siden I full fart, vet du. Jeg skjønner at ikke vi skal være ute I jolla akkurat nå, eller ute å svømme. Da åpner vi kokosnøtt på en litt annen måte enn vi vant til her. De sikkert mye flinkere da. Men vi tar rett og slett bare borer hull. Og så har vi det rett ned I skålen, og så rett over I glassene våre etterpå. Er det bra? Her sitter de og venter. Hun vil ha det lille glasset over og ut. Jeg lager brilletter. Dette jo bambus, som jeg har funnet på havets, ikke på havetsbunnen, men på havet. Her døren. Hull der, hull der, hull der og hull der. Og så skal vi ha en liten lås. Og inni der, hvor brillene ikke bor der, så kan brillene mine bo Inni her. Kommer den opp igjen? Der kommer den opp igjen.
Rett utover, vi går imellom.
Herregud, den går gjennom oss. Den går bort oss.
Se på det.
Herregud, ser du hvilken det er nå?
Det er
Comeback.
Se der, se.
Wow! Finally, we found someone to look after BareBare while we were away, Tiki and Thea from the houseboat. And then we left paradise to return to the cold north. The plan was to continue the adventure in less than 6 months. But it turned out that it wasn't meant to be. A huge thank you to all our amazing supporters and subscribers. Join our Patreon tribe for just the cost of a coffee each month. We're designing a unique mug for every episode of our adventure. Start collecting now.